Hi everyone, and a very warm regards. This is my presentation for the internship project I have done with Emertxe. I am Kumar Piyush, and I would like to thank the guides during this internship, Richa Jha and Rohit Kumar. They guided me very well throughout this internship. Moving along, the overview. The project's name is Homely Hub. The concept is that it is a platform for people to find and book unique places to stay while traveling. It replicates the core functionalities of Airbnb. Airbnb is a popular website which lets travelers and hosts connect and lets the travelers and tourists book places. The primary objective is that interns learn, understand, and implement the technologies provided throughout the time of this project and get ready to take on larger, more diverse projects on their own. And the vision is creating homely hub for a unique and complete booking experience. Moving further, goals and project requirements. The project requirements are very basic. The basic knowledge of HTML and CSS is required to make the structure and style web pages. Some understanding of front-end frameworks, particularly React, as React is being used a lot, and familiarity with creative interactive features, forms, and animations using JavaScript. The goal of this project is to build and deploy a website, or we can say a website clone, and apply core concepts of web technology to replicate the structure and features of a popular website, in this case, Airbnb. Moving along, HTML. We know HTML as hypertext markup language. It can be defined as a basic language used to create web pages. It tells a web browser how to display text images and other content by using fetcher tags, which structure the web page into sections like headings, paragraphs, links, and lists. The key concepts in HTML are uses of tags to mark up elements like heading tags, paragraph tags, and div tags. Function of HTML in this project is to create the basic framework for property listing, booking forms, and user profile pages. Going to the next part, CSS or frustrating style sheets. It is used to control how a website looks and feels. It, it lets you choose colors, fonts, sizes, and layouts for content written in HTML, making web pages attractive and easy to read. CSS works by applying rules that style specific parts of page, such as headings, links, or backgrounds. The key concept here is that it separates content from design, enabling responsive design by the programmer. The function of CSS in this project is that it ensures a modern, visually appealing, and responsive interface, and that it can be functional on all devices as required. Moving along, JavaScript fundamentals. As mentioned before, basic knowledge of JavaScript is uh, good for this project. JavaScript is a programming language, a high-level programming language that makes web pages interactive and dynamic. While HTML builds the structure and CSS styles it, JavaScript adds features that respond to user actions like clicking buttons, pop-ups, and changing page content without reloading. The role of JavaScript is to add interactivity and dynamic behavior to web pages. Function of JavaScript in this project is to handle all client-side logic, form validation, and forms the basic of the entire backend. Moving along, React JS fundamentals. So React is also used in project. It is a JavaScript library that makes it easy to build user interfaces for websites. Instead of writing one big block of code, it lets us break a web page into small reusable pieces called components, like buttons, menus, or profiles that we can mix and match. Moreover, React updates only the parts of the page that change. which makes website faster and more interactive. Function of React in this project is that it builds the dynamic and responsive single page application experience for property search, filtering, and booking. The key concept with React is that it builds components. It also uses a virtual DOM for efficient user interface updates, making the application faster. Moving along, the internship timeline. The internship was structured and divided into 4 weeks. Week 1 was assigned for basics of web development. Week 2 was for DOM and React part. Week 3 for architecture, basically design, testing, security. And week 4 finalizing and deploying the project. In week 1, we were introduced to the project. HTML and CSS were introduced, as well as JavaScript, HTML tags, HTML tables, and multimedia tags, CSS model buff, and then in Java, the JavaScript operators, conditional statements, loops, functions, and DOM. And during the week 2, MERN was introduced, how white is being used in this project. The component project starter code was given, and when the project was started on day 13, basically, we built the search bar, property list, then adding filter component. During week 3, we made routes, property listing, payment form, then Redux was introduced. Backend configuration, we attached the backend part of this project, server setup. We use store user slice, user action, and made parts of the project which include property action, header, and property list. During last week, that is week 4, property detail action was made. Search, sign up, login, user action, profile was also made. The booking action was performed. Booking slice and payment action pages were made. And finally, the booking details and payment, that is the front end part, and accommodation form were done. Then full stack integration, that is MERN stack. Full stack was used in this project in MERN, Mongo, Express, React, and Node. MongoDB was used to store data that the website generated, properties, users, and bookings. Front end part was handled with React. It handles all user interactions, makes API calls, and uses the received data to dynamically update the user interface. Backend part was handled using Express and Node. These receive requests from React, talk to MongoDB to fetch and save data, and provide RESTful API endpoints to communicate with the languages. Moving along the structure, moving along the architecture and design part. In the front end, we utilize React.js for the front end, ensuring a responsive and user-friendly interface. Redux integrated for efficient state management. For the backend part, we employ Node.js with Express.js for the server-side logic and API development. The project employs RESTful API principles for client-server communication. For the database, as already mentioned, MongoDB was used to store and manage property and user data. And for authentication, we implement PWT-based authentication for user login and sessions. Moving along, the features of this website, namely user authentication, search filters, view listings, property listings, booking system, user profile, payment integration, and responsive design. To begin with user authentication, it allows users to sign up, log in, and manage their profile, search and filters. It implements a robust search feature with filters for location, date, pricing, and amenities. View listings. User can view detailed information about each accommodation, including photos and descriptions. Booking system. It developed a booking system that allows users to select desired days, view pricing, and confirm reservations with real-time updates. User profiles. The user is required to register for booking a property, so it maintains a user profile where individuals can manage their bookings and update personal information and track their property listing activity. Payment integration. Upon finalizing any property, the user can make a payment for it. So we integrate a secure payment gateway to handle transactions, allowing users to make reservations and property owners to receive payments seamlessly. All of this ensures a responsive design which appeals to the user and adapts to various devices. Moving along to the conclusion. So throughout this internship project, we learned the essentials of website creation through hands-on online classes focused on front-end development. This internship project provided an opportunity to gain hands-on experience in full-stack web development using the Merge stack. Merge stack has been very popular throughout the years for creating websites. Practice responsive design to ensure web pages look and function well. It helped me gain experience with industry tools such as Visual Studio Code or VS Code and the useful extensions it gained hands-on experience in designing and developing web user interfaces using foundational technologies like HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, and database management through MongoDB, which makes it easy and efficient to handle data generated through the website. Now, the actual demo of the website, as mentioned, which is named Homely Hub. When we scroll down, we see the next button option. The next page appears with other properties, and when we move back, this is the search bar here, which has been a prime focus with the filters. So we can select the price range, the property type, whether it should be a house or a flat or a guest house, the room type, entire room, or just one single room, and amenities which the user wants, like Wi-Fi, AC, free parking, and then we apply the filters. So closing this, the user can also get details about a particular property that he or she likes. So as you can see, the description is there, what this place offers, the amenities. We can see the map so that the user is guided when one goes there, and the booking page. For more detailed photos, one can click on the option there and then close it. For booking, the person has to register first with the website. So when you can click here, if one has already registered, you can log in. But if you haven't registered, we register as a new user. We put in a name, for example, Kamal, and put in some email like xyz 555 at the rate gmail.com and a password as one because we confirm the same password again and a phone number like and when we click register it registers you and as we can see upon registration the icon changes here and we can see our account registered as Kamal email address as follows and joined on certain date we can have options to edit the profile and change our password. You can also see the bookings one has already done, nothing booked yet, and accommodations. Moving along, when already registered, you can see the search bar here. You can add the number of guests and search for it, the date, the dates one needs for accommodation that can also be entered here from November 3rd to November 6th, for example. And then the user can search for these. If one likes a particular farmhouse, for example, let's say this one in Ooty, Tamil Nadu, and decide to stay there. So we put in the dates, for example, it, it will be for 2 days. The number of guests, an option is already provided. So we say, let's say two or three, let's say the name, Kamal, for example, and we put in the phone number and book this place. The checkout page appears, it gives the details so that one can verify, and then we click on book now. It goes through to the payment page. It asks for a mobile number. Let's say we provide a mobile number. So it recognizes the mobile number as displayed here. It displays the price, that is 10,000 rupees for this particular property, and gives the payment options, UPI cards, net banking wallet, and pay later. It also provides a UPI QR, and as well there is a timer as well, so that one does not put too much time on this page. And then we close this. And when we want to move back on the payments page, it gives us an option to continue this payment or exit. If we choose to continue, we can put in the UPI ID, suppose, and verify and pay. And cancel payment option. So as this is just a demo, it shows the property is booked and booking confirmed. So we can check the booking in our section, my bookings. The particular property is booked for 2 nights from certain to certain date. This shows the demo on the website. Similarly, we can do the same thing with other properties. It gives the description, what this place offers, the map, the extra info, and for booking, we follow the same process. So one can see the website is interactive as well as user friendly. It is simple to use. No useless functionalities which confuses the user. A simple payments page and a simple profile page which lets the user see what he or she, what property he or she has already booked and make payments for it. That will be all. Very thank you.